Doing something different for the top six, where we only find out the film after the roll of a dice. But episode 95, welcome to Long Play Video. And here we are down at the shop. We're going through my 100 favourite films of all time, and we're up to... Kev, I just want recognition. I said up to rather than down to.
Well done. Congratulations. It's only taken us how many films?
Well, it feels like we're now down to the final six. That makes sense, right?
Okay.
Because
right.
if you're counting down.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, changing up the format a little bit because obviously the top six, but also the top 10 have been a little bit difficult to say what films are going to move out and where they're going to go. For the final six, we're not only going to have a recurring guest back for each of the six, but we're also going to just literally roll the dice. So we don't know what film we're going to talk about. We'll roll the dice. We'll find out what film it is. There won't be an order until the end. The end of the top six and the end of season one, and then we'll put the top 10 into the order. Obviously, one film will still miss out on the top 10. And we'll go from there. So
you're getting tattooed on your back, right?
Yeah, well, I thought we'd have matching tattoos. I thought that was the agreement.
Okay.
Did you not?
You get yours.
Just
show me what it looks like, so I'll make sure that I get the same.
I'm getting each film tattooed somewhere on my body. So
yeah, nice.
The visitor is going to be the interesting one where that goes.
Yeah.
So kicking things off for the top six, returning after the family affair that was Lord of the Rings, and unfortunately there are no Robin Williams appearances in the top six. But Freddie's come down to the shop again. Welcome back, Freddie.
Hi, thanks for having me again.
Yeah, you're welcome. Returning any latest blockbuster release, as you tend to return every time you're here?
Well, yeah, Caught Stealing is the one I watched. I watched that this weekend in the cinema.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. We misunderstood what it was about. We thought it'd be a bit more comedic. I just trusted what my friend said the film was about. He was wrong. It wasn't comedic. It was quite dark, but it was still a decent film. It was still a decent film.
Yeah, worth the watch. Obviously, when it comes out on video,
I probably wouldn't watch it in cinema, but
no, I haven't even heard of that. Blimey, I have no idea what's going on with that film.
It's probably not down there for a couple of years.
Give it 10 years.
Nice. Well, yeah, we'll put this back in the new releases. Obviously, the reason why everyone comes down to a video shop.
Yeah.
No, we won't say which ones you're looking forward to, or which ones that you're not.
Yeah.
But just to say, of the top six, we've got an animated movie, we've got an action movie, coming of age drama, musical, and also a 3-hour Taiwanese film. So I think it's fair to say that there's one that probably.
There's definitely one that no one wants to watch, not even Andy.
I'm looking forward to it. It's a great film.
Good for the pain. Well, I really hope Rob gets that one.
don't say, 'cause I'll have to watch that anyway. He'll make me watch it with him.
It's a Stonewall classic. So with no further ado, we're gonna roll the dice and then announce which film it is. Okay, here we go.
Oh, unbelievable!
Okay, and we've got a 6.
Ooh.
So that means that the film that we're talking about today is Tick Tick Boom.
Ooh.
Is that the 3-hour Taiwanese one?
It is not.
Oh, you're safe, Freddie.
Sorry, I was having that one.
Yeah, you have to watch them all, Kev.
So. I know. I'm just trying to pretend that this isn't going to happen to me as well.
1 week you're going to call in sick. Tick Tick Boom. Freddie, do you know anything about this film?
I am aware of the film. I know it's Andrew Garfield, and it's based off a musical or a theatre play, which I don't watch. I don't watch those.
Okay.
But in movie form, I could be swayed, I guess. I know Woods has watched it. I have not. So.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, Kev, know anything about this?
I mean, really, I am wasted on here. We should really have Freddie on here. I know nothing about this film and not who's in it or what it's about. So, never heard of it.
How do you guys feel about musicals generally?
Well, it's a good question. As I work in musical theatre productions, I probably should say I love them.
Sorry. Do you need to do a shameless plug now?
Yeah, well, it's funny you should say that, actually, Andy. Currently,
well, between your job and your dating life, you've seen quite a lot of musicals in the last year, haven't you?
Yeah, it was good to definitely for dates. Yeah, I don't mind musicals. Yeah, I'm not really like a classical musical, so something like Cats or something like that. But yeah, I like more modern ones. So yeah, I don't mind a bit of singing and dancing in a movie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fred, have you ever seen a musical film? Do you think?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I have. I can like them. It honestly. So like the new Wicked, I actually enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But
that's good. Yeah, that's true.
I have to. Yeah. It's either I either like it or I really hate it. So.
Yeah.
Be decent.
So there's a 50-50 chance you might like this, whereas at least you know that you would have hated the 3-hour Taiwanese film. So at least there's half a chance.
I don't know if 50-50 is a fair split because it is an Andy film, so it goes down to around 20%.
Yes, that is true.
There's way more in the very good and good sections than in the bad. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me pass over the DVD to you, Kev, maybe, and you can
give you a
describe it a little bit. I mean, it's very.
Oh my god!
So funnily enough, this is a Netflix film as well. This is the only Netflix film on the list.
I did not know you'd sold out. No wonder I haven't heard this.
Yeah, well. So funnily enough, I have this on DVD. In actual fact, I bought a copy of it so that even if Netflix decides for some inexplicable reason that it doesn't want to show it anymore, I still have it on a DVD.
Brilliant. You've shown them. They are quaking
exactly.
in their boots. So this came out in 2021.
Yeah. So it's the most recent.
I don't know what to. I'm worried. Like, I'm concerned that something's happened to you. Are you safe? Is everything okay? You've got a 2021 Netflix film in the top 6. What is happening?
What's the safe word? Yeah. No, it's
wow.
Yeah, the most recent Netflix film. What do you think of the
cover?
The poster? Because obviously it's not a DVD cover when it's Netflix.
It looks like poor man's what's it called? What was the drumming film? It's gone. Whiplash. Yeah, it looks like poor man's Whiplash. So that's Andrew Garfield, I'm presuming, and he's sitting on a seat in front of a piano, about to play, but looking like he really doesn't want to be there. And there's a light shining on him. So
interesting read on what he looks like. So Andrew Garfield is in this a lot. He's the main character, and also was nominated for an Oscar. For the performance. And it's funny because he was being interviewed the other day, and I said to my wife, I really like Andrew Garfield, and then I thought, what other films have I actually seen Andrew Garfield in? And actually there's not that many. I don't think think I've I didn't watch the 2 original Spider-Mans. I've seen him in the latest
Spider-Man
one. So I saw him in No Way Home. I didn't actually see him in any of the others. And then I don't think I've actually seen another one of his films, even though I really like him and think he's a really good actor.
Ridge.
No.
Oh my!
No.
That's a great film. That's the top 6
could have been
film.
on this list.
Yeah.
And Never Let Me Go as well was obviously a big one where they're the clones, and well, spoilers, but they're the clones with Keira Knightley.
Social Network one with Florence Pugh, or Social Network, yeah.
Yeah, you must have seen one of them.
Yeah, the old We Live in Time. No, didn't watch it.
Wow. So walk us through why you like Andrew Garfield then. Is it just his eyes? Like what is it?
He's very magnetic.
This film.
Well, I think I just every time that I sort of see him interviewed and stuff, he just seems like a really nice guy. He seems very enthusiastic. I think there's a lot of stuff that he's very method, but he's not method in like an annoying Daniel Day-Lewis way. And then obviously was dating Emma Stone before we get to the deep fakes. So yeah, they seem like a very sweet couple. But then obviously they're broken up, and I think they're both married now. So we won't dwell on that too much. But yeah, no, he just seems very funny. And even listening to a couple of interviews with him about this film, he just seemed really good. But he kind of came into this actually knew the story, which we'll get onto in a little while, but hadn't he says the story that so the director and producer of it is Lin-Manuel Miranda, so obviously he's having a bit of a moment. Freddie, do you know much about him?
I'm aware of him and his works.
Nice.
I'm aware of his body of work.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I don't know, for listeners coming to this 10 years in the future, maybe you've never heard of him, and actually it was just a cultural moment of Hamilton and Moana and Encanto, and well, basically everything that any singing at all seemed to be him or produced by him in the last 5 years. And he wanted Andrew Garfield for the main part, but didn't know whether he could sing. And Andrew Garfield apparently he spoke to one of Andrew Garfield's sort of friends, who's a close friend, but like who's like an editor or something in the industry. And his mate just said, "Oh yeah, he can sing," and then like phoned him up and said, "Oh yeah, he asked me if you could sing," and I said, "Yes. Can you sing?" And he was just lying for his mate to get him a job. Which when you're Andrew Garfield, I'm not sure that you need to. Surely he's famous enough to just get the interview.
Wow.
Yeah. So then he had to learn to sing for the part. So.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And obviously, 2021. So it was a COVID movie. I was my wife really wanted to watch this. It's kind of the story that it's based on and stuff like that. And so put it on, and I was like, look, I'm just going to work. I'll sort of I'll have it on, but I'm not gonna watch Netflix it. And then honestly, like the first literally the first 10 minutes just completely drew me in, and I stopped working and watched it. It was just the songs and kind of what was going on just completely sort of made me pay attention and start watching it. And for something that it was that kind of heartfelt that I stopped what I was doing. I wasn't planning on watching it, and then ending up watching it. So
God, you are going to be on an advert for Netflix in the next month. This is ridiculous. Unbelievable.
I mean, for this one film, they had to strike gold at some stage.
Just keep planning his career after the pod ends.
Exactly.
His next thing
goes on a little tour.
Just do a goal.
Just in case season 2 goes downhill. So.
Wow.
And then
I can see you
and
as
then
a
the
bit
soundtrack.
Of a musical fan. I can see you dancing around the lounge to the songs.
So some. I like it. There's a few musicals sort of growing up that I went to see that I really liked. Funnily enough, so this is very much about kind of musical theatre kids, and I was never in that set. I never did any of the plays at school or kind of in that world at all. But this is very theatrical.
Wow. Well, what is it about? Dare we ask?
Yeah, so I want to not give away any spoilers, particularly, but
if you just say now he sings in it, I don't think that's going to help me.
Does he get spider powers at any point in the movie?
Yeah.
He gets bitten by the spider.
Does Tobey Maguire turn up?
No. And they Tom Holland probably would fit in more easily because he's a theatre kid. No, it kind of explains. Yeah, it kind of explains it. I think at the beginning, it kind of explains what it is, because it is autobiographical as a film. So actually, it's written. The play is written by Jonathan Larson, who's quite a famous playwright, because he wrote the musical Rent, and I would imagine that Freddie, you won't know Rent at all.
No.
Kev, you may have heard of it.
I've heard of it. Yes, they talk about it.
Yeah,
I don't.
So
really
it
know
was
what it is,
so Rent was a very powerful play in the beginning of the 90s, kind of talking about the HIV epidemic, and actually ran for a million years, and was very much at the center of culture for a very long time. And so this is kind of the play before that he wrote to talk about writing of plays. So it is literally autobiographical. And I think what it does really well is combines the kind of the story that's being told, but also with the sort of writing of the story that's told. So it's a little bit meta as well, and you kind of get that as well. There's no spoilers because it happens pretty early on, but there are both the film and the theatre performance kind of melded together. So that there are moments where where it's sort of they're just in a theatre doing some of the songs as well, and I think that they put it together really well. I think Lin-Manuel Miranda just obviously has an eye for these things, and so it's sort of that meta-ness of the story, but also being about kind of the process of a musical and a play. I think they combine just kind of really well.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I don't really know anything about this at all, and I'm not sure you've helped at all, so that's good. So
it's. When I came to it without knowing anything, and it completely drew me in. So I don't want to. I don't want to give too much away.
Are we going to be recreating our favourite song in part 2, or how?
I mean, I think after Fred's, I think we actually edited out his singing from Good Morning Vietnam in the end.
It was so poetic. We were worried we'd get too many
really
calls.
Good. Yeah, I did shed a tear, but maybe we can all sing a few bars when we come back. Fame.
That will
which
be.
I presume is your favourite musical, Kev.
Fame. Have I seen Fame? I don't think I've seen Fame.
It's the most 80s or Starlight Express.
Well, no, it has to be
very 80s.
What's the one that Tom Cruise is in? Is it We Will Rock You?
No, Rock of Ages.
Rock of Ages, yeah. That's the most 80s musical. Yeah, that's great.
I'm worried. I don't think you should watch this today, because your memory today seems on a low one. So.
Yeah, sometimes you get it and it's just not there, and that's when you start watching all the things you've already seen. It's great.
You get to rediscover everything.
Yeah.
So obviously, can't talk about the box office because I don't think it played for a very short time. But Andrew Garfield nominated for the Oscar. He's in every scene basically, and is really good. And then when you see some footage of the person that he's playing, it is also a very good
accurate
rendition of the person as well. So,
what are you thinking, Freddie? Do you think you're gonna like this?
I mean, I've heard good things about it before.
Okay.
I think I've heard snippets of the songs, so they sound like they could be catchy. But then there's always the thought lingering in my mind that Andy likes this movie, so I'm not sure.
Yes, but, I know that feeling.
To be fair, Woody likes this movie, and I'm not sure I trust his judgment.
Yeah, wow.
Well, just imagine this is the best bit of the MCU for you, because I know that you really liked the Marvels when they started singing.
No, I don't. I hate that.
Oh wow! Did that actually happen? God, glad I haven't
It'll
seen
be
that.
interesting to see Spider-Man singing.
Yeah.
That'll be the interesting thing, is if I can unassociate him with Spider-Man for however long the film is.
Yeah.
I think, funnily enough, because I think it'll be interesting to see whether you do, because actually he doesn't do a lot, but he does look quite different in this. They just kind of style his hair a little bit different, which is kind of based on Jonathan Larson, the person who wrote it and who he plays. But actually, like, he does look quite different to how he normally looks and how he looked in Spider-Man. So
nice. He's wearing red and blue spandex and that. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That may come out still, possibly.
Where is his Spider-Man in your list of
the
Spider-Men?
Ooh, that's a good question. So last year we watched all of them. They were all in the cinema and we watched through all of them. So
wow.
Wow.
That's a good question. I might have him second. I think Tom Holland's probably my favourite, just because he was the one I mostly watched. I've watched Tobey Maguire when I was really little, but not much.
Yeah,
because your dad had it on repeat every weekend.
No,
he doesn't show you Lord of the Rings, but all of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films.
Tobey Maguire is terrible, isn't he? He's a great Peter Parker. He's a horrific Spider-Man.
It was very fun to watch those in the cinema, because everyone was just like, this is just so stupid. It's so funny. Yeah, maybe he's my second favourite, because his was, especially his second one, was quite cool. I know it has flaws, but it was quite cool.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow.
Well, he's obviously first in yours, Andy, as we know. You've got a crush on him.
This is I've never seen his Spider-Man.
But he's still top.
Still top. Funnily enough, this is the only one with any even passing connection with Marvel. So the dice was kind. As Dice Man would say.
There's a 3-hour movie on the line.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure I'll still have to watch it in some aspect. Dad's going to put it on, and
I think you're just going to choose to watch it. I think everyone's going to. We'll do like a watching party of everyone from the top 6 for that one.
I think everyone should have to watch
just
that.
Everyone.
I think that's fair.
Not just you.
Not just me.
You have to watch it twice. You have to watch it once on yourself and then the second time with the rest of us.
In like Taiwanese. Yeah, with no subtitles.
Well, Poppy watching is probably going to be the harder sell. So.
Yeah, if she gets it, that's going to be bad news.
Cool.
All right.
Okay. Well,
let's get it on.
We'll put it on. We'll see. We'll see after the jump what you think, and then we won't put it in order. But we'll wait and see.
Introspective is what I thought.
Is that the word of the day on your toilet paper as well?
Yeah.
These words have got way more highbrow as the season's gone on. I think fun or nice was the standard mid-season. So okay, introspective. Expand was in a good way, in a bad way.
In a good way. I thought it was obviously the guy Andrew Garfield is playing is a real person, but I thought it was he in the film is obviously like his Superbia is kind of a statement on us as people, and it's like because he obviously talks about the phones and stuff, and Dad obviously looks over like look at your phone while I've got my phone out, because I was in fairness I was reading the spreadsheet to make sure I get the questions right.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're giving away all the secrets of the pod, Fred. Everyone just thought we ad-libbed this.
Yeah. Like in the film, it's obviously a bit of a statement on society and places, and then also it's just like you're watching, like there's like just general human things. You're kind of like, oh yeah, I do that. I get worried about those things and stuff. So I just thought it was introspective.
Yeah. Is it your favourite Andrew Garfield film?
No.
Still Spider-Man.
Yes.
He's undercover from Spider-Man. Oh, nice. Well, I think that's about it. Kev, presume you gonna lower the tone, or?
What?
Crazy.
Less.
No.
Yeah. Good. I went for self-indulgence. Yeah. So,
from whom?
From from Andrew Garfield's character, I thought it was. I really liked like the first third or the first half, and I think this kind of does bring in
That's my worst half.
Oh, really? I like the first half 'cause I thought it was good. It sets it up. It's not obviously it is more of a musical, so maybe if that's not your jam. But I just think sort of in the middle to the latter part, it just sort of felt like it lost its way a bit, and it just became like I just think it could have been better if the story was about rent. Like it's obviously they've got all that in the background. You can see it's alluding to it. And, it's on the side. And I don't know if they deliberately didn't want to make a film about that sort of side of things. But it's just such a huge part of his life, right? And it was such a huge part of the world at the time. It just felt a bit strange that, like, it's there running parallel. And I've just gone, we're just going to go this way. So it just felt a bit strange to me, that. And it's kind of like, like when, his friend's like, so I just found out I've got HIV, and he's like, but let's not worry about it. Let's go to your premiere, and and you're just like, and he's like, oh no, should we? Oh yeah, we should do. Yeah, let's go to the premiere. And I was just like, I get it that especially in those sort of roles, you do have to become more, internal to make sure you drive yourself. But I don't know. It just felt like a bit. It did just feel a bit self-indulgent as the film went on. Like everyone is just doing what he wants. He's doing everything he wants to try and get it off the ground. Especially when there's the background of that, the HIV, epidemic and the back, like, and it's just not. It's sort of alluded to, but it's not really dealt with or taken on. And it just felt even worse that he was so self-indulgent while that was happening. So that was what I thought.
Which is the funny point with it, because obviously like this is the play or the musical that he wrote, like, and this is where sort of the autobiographical side of it kind of comes in, because obviously like that I think they probably lean a bit more into like references about Ren, and I think there's sort of a couple of the song titles are in it, and like obviously like he's he's jotting down some of the notes and stuff like that, but obviously in the original musical he hasn't written Ren yet, so then it's like so it's and that's also kind of where you can almost go down a bit of a rabbit hole of like, well, what was actually true, what was true but not in the original Tick Tick Boom sort of musical that he wrote and that they're putting in, because funnily enough some of the research sort of says actually like he was very self-indulgent, and he was very focused on just him, and they kind of spoke to his sister of like, this is kind of the portrayal we're going for, and she was like, like warts and all, it's fine. Like everyone who knew him knew that he was like that, and that's and he wouldn't have wanted a kind of a sort of glorified or glorified kind of portrayil of him.
He would have
was like
the
that.
film
So
about
actually,
him, obviously.
Exactly. He's so arrogant. He wouldn't want it to be true. He wouldn't want to. But so and then you roll in. And then you roll in, obviously, like, there's a couple of different scripts, I think, of Tick Tick Boom out there. So then it's like, which ones are actually there? And they take, like, Boho Days, the song is actually from a different play, I think. So it's, I think it's interesting about how much you kind of take it as a piece of work, and how much you kind of unstitch. Well, was that true, or wasn't that true? Or and I think, like, the way that they do it does almost make that harder, because they do kind of portray it as, well, this is the truth, and then he's talking about like the film part and stuff like that. So
I mean, I did think I felt okay about that, because they don't say at the start like it's in like comes across the screen. This is a true story based on true events. So I don't
apart from the bits that he made up, which I think is a great, yeah. So you should have that at the start of every autobiography. This is a true account, apart from the bits that I've made up.
Yeah. So like I feel like that was okay. I felt like it was okay. You can be a bit more liberal with the story. I just think, I don't know. It just felt a bit weird to me that it kind of, I don't know, just like this other like sort of piece going on. It just felt, and I think in the middle as well, it dwells on him trying to do the song, I think, for too long. And I'm like, yeah, we get it. You can do a song and it's difficult. We got it. You've got to do a song and it's difficult. Like, we've got it. I've got it. I know it's difficult to write a song. I've got it. But they just sort of hammer that point home a bit for me. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it just sort of, for me, it lost its way a little bit. But what did you like then, Freddie? What was it that, drew you in? The self-indulgence?
I don't know. Kind of relatable. I don't know. I quite enjoyed just the way he worked. It was obviously he's constantly got this. He's not got enough time. He's not getting this right. Yeah, I think the first half we found because I know Dad made a comment.
Yeah.
Just a bit like it was good and like the songs are good, but it was just a bit slow because obviously they're setting everyone up. And I think that was the bit as well where I like a musical, but I don't like really forced dance numbers, like where they're in a really normal scene and then it's like everyone's, and obviously they're at a party, but I'll just be like it was fine, but it was also a bit like he's just jumping around his apartment and they're all supposed to be like drunk and like I just don't. It seemed weird to me. But,
I know people who will do that. So.
Yeah, that's very true. Though. The other parts I really enjoyed and him working through it all. And I mean, obviously, it's not a positive story in the sense of it never really goes perfectly. But yeah, I liked the second half. I liked him working his way through, and actually, he doesn't succeed that first time. Really, it doesn't actually go the way he wanted after all of that, and. Yeah, I quite liked it, and I did quite like the songs when they came in.
Yeah, that would have been brutal, wouldn't it? 8 years working on something, finally find the song that he needed.
He got over that a bit quicker than I thought he would.
And then they're like, that was great, but we're ready for the next thing. What's the...
That's the thing, isn't it? It's just at that moment where she's like, everyone said the same thing. We can't wait to see what he does next. And you're just like... Oh no, that is just brutal. And I think like the reason why he gets over it is because they then have Stephen Sondheim like call him and say that it was good work, and I think like he is I mean again, like I think that's a really good device in the film. In reality, apparently, like he was his like mentor for ages, and actually like they were quite close because obviously he did have talent. I mean, I do think there's just a lot to it, right? Because I think it is a film about failing, but like keeping on going after you've failed, and then it is also, and then I think like the friendship and like what do you sacrifice and stuff, and I do think like I still think that the swimming pool scene where he actually gets the song, I think that's. Like that and that kind of that song that it happens in is one of my favorite scenes, like where he just sort of scoops the kind of sand at the bottom of the pool and you just see the notes,
which has got to be really dirty as well. Why force bear? I was like, that's disgusting.
Like wait, how much sand is at the bottom of this pool? But I really like that bit in particular. I think that's really good at like capturing kind of the like the creative process, like he's just got to swim and he's just got to do something else to occupy his mind, and then like actually like then the back of the mind actually does it all.
I think they did portray that well, like the fact that he was like really like the struggle of how do you, especially when he's creative and you've got to come up with something new, like how does the mind like the battle you have with the mind to create something that not only are you happy with, but then fits in with everything else that you've done, and also everyone else will be happy with. So it must be challenging. I think they did that well. Did you both think that Andrew Garfield was good?
Yeah, I think he's really good in it.
Yeah.
I mean, as we discussed at the beginning, I don't know. I don't actually haven't seen him in that many other things, but
or anything else.
He won. Yeah, I mean, he won the Golden Globe. I don't know whether that's whether that's anything these days.
Yeah. His singing was pretty good. I thought I was impressed with his singing. Yeah, I thought he was good. I thought he fitted into the role pretty well.
Did you think that he sort of disappear into it, or were you always thinking that's Andrew Garfield, that's Spider-Man?
I don't know.
I think I always thought it was Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, okay.
But I've watched more Andrew Garfield films than you.
Yeah.
I don't just associate him with Tick Tick Boom.
Yeah.
I'm like that Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was. I think he at the start it does seem a bit weird, and you're like, why is there Spider-Man dancing and singing in his apartment? But no,
that's more normal now. Spider-Man singing and dancing.
Yeah, that's true.
With Tom Holland, it's fine.
No, I think he does a good job. I think you believe his character. I don't think he was bad in it. I thought he was pretty good. What was it that you guys liked most about it then?
There was a part
struggling,
I wrote,
getting through the notes, page 6.
No, I'm on photos of the notes today. Downgraded. When there was there was the monologue about him not having time because the other friend was in hospital, and then obviously him and his girlfriend at work, and there was, I think it was like a 5-minute thing. It was like a monologue, and it was like a whole thing showing. I really liked that bit. I thought that was really well done because obviously, I'm not that busy, but I've been busy, and obviously I've seen my parents been busy, so it's like it happens, and you're just kind of watching him struggle through it. I thought it was really interesting, and how he gets through all of that. And then I also really liked the when he does the focus group scene.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was quite funny. I know we'll get to favourite lines later, but that was quite funny. But I did also. There were some songs I liked as well.
Oh yeah,
and then
you being converted to musical theatre.
I don't mind if it's a good one. So I wouldn't personally say there are any I'm going to go home singing.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed them for the way they kind of told the stories that was going on. And the first one's probably the best one, I think, just because it's... I mean, I'm not close to 30, but I'm aware of people that have turned 30 and have gone through the exact same thing he's going through. And I did think when I was watching, I was like, I wonder if Andy watched this just before he turned 30. And he was like, this is the film for me.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Fred.
You miss it. You're off it by about a decade there.
Because you said you got hooked in the first 5 minutes. I was like, clearly this song really hit home for him.
Yes.
Yeah, but funnily enough, it is 3090 is the song that just that brought me in. And even now, like rewatching it, it is just such a banger, isn't it? And it does just it sort of makes you sit up and pay attention. I do think that is the song that sort of made me stop working and stop watching.
Why 3090? I don't get it. I don't understand.
Did he roll his eyes? Like, oh.
Yes.
Well, it's a bit like my daughter when we said that we got married in 2009, and she said, "You got married in 1909." And we were like, "No."
Yes, so, we did.
Yeah. Clearly, you're like, what's the reference to 90? I don't. That doesn't even compute as a
what is
as a date.
Well, I thought you were saying 39. I was like, I thought it was thinking about being 30. Well, like, he's skipped 9 years. We've missed part of the show.
Yeah.
I think with the songs, I just think I think they're all really well put into the action, apart from like the Sunday Brunch song, which I think is sort of almost on purpose. It's just a bit of a sort of musical flex almost, right? Where, because funnily enough, everyone, having done a bit of research now, everyone in that scene, like all of the customers, they're all like musical art, like theatre superstars. Like they're, that's that sort of the director calling up all of his mates and getting like they're all very well known people. But apart from that one, which is very like, you know, okay, we're just going to set the stage, and because it is, I think, like it's supposed to be like the characters sort of almost sort of fantasy of like a massive musical piece. Like, I think the way that they it's not like it's sort of like Evita always annoyed me because they sang every line with old Madonna and Jimmy Nail, and yeah, sort of watching that just always sort of
Jimmy Nail's
in
this, Evita.
I think. Yeah.
Wow.
He's like a musician who likes. I mean, that's an old film now, but like, I think the way that they, again, because they have the action and then they have the stage performance, like the way that they shoot it with the two things, I think is really well done, and I do really like that, because then you can kind of have like some of the songs being like a stage performance, like the Girlfriend song. If they were to do that in the film, that would have been like super annoying, but because they do it on the stage, it's just like super funny, and like you kind of get the point that it's making, that it's all sort of going on eggshells, and he doesn't really sort of feel like, you know, that they're not actually talking like, and they're all like, oh well, but you know, I thought that you thought that you thought that I thought. And if you would have done that actually in the film part, like it would have been quite jarring and like weird. But because they can then go back to the stage and him like performing the theatre, then I think it really works. And I do think that I think that's really good and a really clever way to do it. So you've got him talking about the life as well as like seeing the life, and I do think that that for me is a really clever and makes it way more noticeable, because then you're in on it almost with him more, and you're kind of you're going on the journey with him more, because you've got him as the character, but also him as almost the like MC and the introducer. And I think that you don't often see that, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I think that was a good point. They did definitely brought in some new different ideas that, you know, makes it a bit more entertaining. Is that something that you, because obviously you'd seen this previously, is that something new that you noticed this time round, or?
No, it wasn't particularly new, but I think that again it kind of makes it rewatchable as well, because I think otherwise again, like having songs in a film where they sort of just, as you say, Fred's, like all of a sudden everyone just stops and starts singing a song a la Marvels 2, like it's just very jarring, right? Whereas I think with this, like you've got Boho Days, which actually like I do think is really cool, that he just sort of starts singing it, and especially because of the character from Finance, he's just like, oh, this is why I love going to artists, which I think is really funny. But like most of the time the soundtrack is actually like over the top, like he's not saying, like for the song where he writes the song and he's swimming, it's not like he's singing it. It's like just that it's over the top of the soundtrack. But then when he is singing, he's in the theatre part, which for me just I just think is really good, because then it's not as jarring that he's in real life and he just starts singing outside of the Sunday Punch song. Like most of the time it's just actually like it's a performance, and you get that kind of the magic of the theatre sort of performance, which is very different to a film. And I think that's like that. I mean, very rarely do you kind of get that on film, where you actually get like, going to the theatre is different, but it is really cool and in a different way. And I think they capture that really well, of like actually sitting in the theatre and watching a play whilst also having real life go on. But I think, and then because it's so layered, I mean, the questions I think that it asks. I mean, I would say, Fred's, what do you want to have achieved by 30? Is there, and did this make you start thinking, tick tick, you've got a little while, but you're still
I'm 22 now. This when I start my 8-year project, I think.
Exactly. What can we expect in 8 years for you to deliver? We'll be only on season 3. We won't actually be that far forward. So.
Yeah, I'll just start my next podcast. Just to
1,000 films before you die. That'd probably take you 8 years. Anything? No, nothing. You're not going on record to.
I've not put yourself in there.
Last time we tried to fan 8 years in the future, I think we all made some misjudgments.
You're not. Yeah, we're not expecting an 8-year-old son. So.
What about you?
What had you achieved by 30?
Well, I was going to ask you. Yeah,
what would you say
on your list that you wanted to achieve?
Well, funnily enough, I ended up watching this with. I ended up watching this with Poppy for like the first 2/3, and then we realised that probably wasn't a great idea because it was a bit sad. And I was having to explain. It's really quite difficult. I was having to explain what Bohemian is.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, I was trying to make it sound cool, but not too cool, because I don't really want her to become a bohemian, because she's got to pay the rent. I think when all the lights went out, she got that being bohemian isn't always necessarily a good thing.
Yeah.
But then I had to explain the AIDS epidemic to her, and that was a bit trickier.
Less good.
Yeah. So that was less good. But then she said, "Oh well, what did you achieve by 30?" Like for a 10-year-old in quite an aggressive manner, or maybe that's just how I took it.
Trying to watch a film here. Be quiet.
I said, well, I'd watched lots of films.
Yeah.
My DVD collection was amazing. Well, funnily enough, I got married like a month before I was 30.
Wow.
So I thought that was.
Blimey.
Yeah. I love that scene in Boho Days as well, when he says, "By now I thought I'd have a wife, a dog, a kid." And the look that his girlfriend gives him, I think, is just amazing. She's like, "Oh, did you?"
Yeah,
well, I'm not the one stopping that.
Yeah. Maybe if you work less.
What about you? Yeah. What about you, Kev? What was number one achievement by the time that you were 30? Do you even remember?
I mean, that's really where you should start. God, I don't think I was really that fussed about 30, really. Definitely more fussed about 40 than I was about 30. I had got my first house by 30, so that was good. So that was an achievement.
Nice.
Did you think you'd end up watching the films that you've watched?
Yeah. I think if I'd have known that, I'd have gone down a different path at that age. Probably taken a different job at the age of 30.
It would be.
Yeah. Not have gone and worked with Andy. Yeah. Funnily enough, that was I think I was 30 when we were working together. Yeah, so I think that's when I took the job. So there you go. Yeah. Sliding doors.
That's why you relate so heavily to the
the pain.
Well, 1990, Andy was also not 30, thankfully.
Yeah.
Were there any other questions or answers that for you guys? Because obviously the themes are there's some strong themes, I think.
Yeah, I mean there are, and obviously it kind of, I think it obviously. For me, it felt like it didn't want to take on the AIDS story, but it didn't want to just pretend that it didn't exist in the background. So I think that was interesting how they sort of deal with that. But then my question, I think, was like, because there've been so many biopics that have come out now. It's like, do they all work? Like, is there? Because I know there's sort of a formula that a lot of them do. This one isn't the same, but it starts with sort of the end, the final scene, and then it travels them back and go through their chronological journey. But and not specifically saying this one, but just that made me think. It's like, have we overdone the biopics? Do we need to biopic everyone's life? So that was my question.
Well, considering that this that he lost the Oscar to a biopic of Serena Williams' dad.
Oh God!
And you're like, where's the biopic on Serena Williams? Because arguably she's the greatest tennis player of all time.
Yeah.
But instead we get a biopic on her dad, and that wins an Oscar, which I think is a bit strange.
Weird. That is very true. Yeah.
Well, are you not hoping for your own biopic when the pod?
We should.
Well, we've got to get to the end first. I don't know what the end is.
Are you going to cast Andrew as yourself, or?
Well, obviously Andrew Garfield will be Andy. Obviously.
we'll get the deep fakes in, I think.
Yeah, you'll be like, I'm such a big fan. I think, well, what movies have you seen? Like, at least one.
You know what? I was talking to someone literally last week who is a casting agent and basically worked on his last film, and said that she's been working with him and was just in Venice on his new film. And it was funny because I thought in my head, like, there was a thought bubble of, you should ask her if he can come on the pod. And then I was just like, and then another thought bubble came in that said, this is real life, this isn't on the pod, so don't say that, because you're just going to sound stupid and a bit crazy. She doesn't know that she's not a listener. I don't think she's a long-time listener.
Wow. Did you ask her if he was a nice guy?
I did. She said, yeah, he's really nice.
Nice.
Yeah. So she said that he's really nice.
So maybe you should
basically
watch more of
I'm
these
friends
films
with Andrew Garfield. Basically, is what
pretty much.
That's what the bubble then told me in my head.
1 degree.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think with the kind of the HIV and AIDS epidemic, I think they play it as, like, there's always something else going on, and I think that is almost the point that they're making a bit. Like, he's really focused, and he's focused on his dream and stuff like that. But like and I think this goes for everyone in the world. Just bear in mind that everyone else has stuff going on as well. Yeah. And I think that just like basic level of empathy is actually missing from a lot of people now, where you're like, actually, like, everyone's very quick to judge and stuff like that. And I do think that that's like that. Honestly, when he sort of says, like, I'm running out of time and stuff, and then Michael turns around and says, like, I've got HIV, and then like how they portray it, like, that does make me well up completely. Like, it's just such a like, it's up there with the shoes from Jojo Rabbit, of just like such a gut-wrenching moment that even this time, like, rewatching it, like third or fourth time I've watched it, I was just like, catch your breath, because you're like, actually other people have stuff going on as well. And I do think that's really good. Yeah.
What about the deepfakes then? Did you think anyone could fill your favourite actor's shoes?
I mean, he's on the verge of tears a few times, so Gosling is the obvious choice.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's got the depth of Andrew Garfield. I will go on statement. Sorry, Ryan, but I think Andrew Garfield is a better actor than Gosling.
Wow.
That's
Do you not? That's interesting.
I don't.
Do you not think?
No.
Okay, interesting.
You've only seen one of his films. You have no leg to stand on.
But I've seen loads of Gosling films, and that's what I'm basing it on.
No. Oh, well, Freddie, what would you say?
So after we finished the film, I turned to Dad and I was like, I don't think I deepfake Ryan and Emma in. And he goes, you mean the two from La La Land, who did the biggest musical movie there is?
Yeah.
I was like, well, I haven't watched that. So. But also, when it comes to crying, Andrew Garfield, any film you watch him, he's a crier, so it works for him. He nails it. Any film, if you need tears, you call Andrew up and he handles it.
Yeah,
he just remembers his career, and the tears come flooding through.
I think he's doing all right. How did you go full hog, Kev? You went Keanu. You went Swayze is the best friend.
I think, obviously you can see, you can see Gosling staying because of La La Land. I think I could see old Swayze in this. As in like young Swayze, I should say. Because he obviously did Dirty Dancing. Didn't he used to be a dancer? Have I made that up?
He did. Yeah. So you would just deep fake him as like one of the backup dancers in the hall. Again, it would just be funny to deep fake people into like really small parts.
Yeah.
So, was there a part, or was it just?
I think I just said I think all of them could be in this. Whichever one you choose, it doesn't matter.
I'm not sure that Keanu would have the emotional weight.
He was the one that I left out.
So rather than which character are you, I thought we'd go for which song are you? What do you most identify with? Completely off
completely out of the blue, and I don't remember any of the song names because they didn't catch me.
Yeah, well, you've got 30,
I mean, you can sing a couple of bars as well. It's fine. We know. I think we edited out your singing from your last pod, so
we'll get some more in. What's yours then, Andy? Boho Days?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, Boho Days is awesome. Yeah. And funnily enough, watching it, I was then like, New York is awesome.
Yeah,
like
super cool.
It's being in one of those apartments. I've been lucky enough to sort of have some friends over there, and they're in those types of apartments, a lot nicer. But there used to be a vibe. Funnily enough, our friend from New York now, who was over this week, was like, New York's just terrible now. There's just crazy people all over the place.
Yeah,
so it's not, apparently it's not quite the same. But yeah, no, I love that, and I just love the the house party and the everyone talking to each other and stuff like that. So
was that? I'm trying to remember if the apartment we went to in Seattle, if that was like was that supposed to be a
it's kind of it's kind of same. It was a similar experience. Pour one out for
same outcome
to random people's apartments. I mean, Kev, for you, I thought the relationship song was going to be the one.
You don't mean I don't know you. You mean you know. Yeah. I mean, there were some good songs in it. Don't know.
Or 3090.
Yeah.
Is
probably.
It? Yeah.
Would have been my choice. Yeah.
I can imagine you freaking out at various points of your
at my life. I don't think I was. Yeah, I definitely wasn't that fussed about 30 from memory. Right. Yeah. It was after that things went downhill. Yeah.
That was back when the memory was sound.
Yeah, things were fine then. Yeah. It all went downhill after that.
How about you, Freds? Was there anyone that you particularly
I don't think any of them apply to me. I'm not near 30. I don't have some squabble with a girlfriend. I don't live in my own apartment out of days to day. I don't really think any of them actually apply to me personally.
I thought the No More song could be it, where you're like, you're deciding, do you stay at home,
no more
or
sugar,
do you
no more.
exactly, do you change? Do you change things up? Do you sell out? You
definitely sell out. Always sell out. I'll give you that advice. Always sell out. Don't listen to what anyone else says. You always come out on top.
If you get a good price, just sell.
Yeah, for sure.
So maybe go back and watch that bit again, Freds, and see if you can see if it gives you some life advice. Okay. It's a very nice apartment, I would say. So
yeah,
I couldn't really describe Captain Kangaroo though. Poppy was like, "Oh, who's Captain Kangaroo?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't know." But the doorman looks like him, apparently. So
funny, isn't it? I mean, we've spoken about this so many times about how things are becoming quiet, it's very samey, and having that level of creativity and amazingness and artistic prowess that you can get from humanity is incredible. And it's not really. It's very hit and miss, isn't it? You either make it or you really, really don't. It's not like there's degrees. I feel like it's very challenging, and as we saw, obviously he's sort of living day by day. He's sort of in fear, worrying about everything, and we're not really set up to, push those people forwards. Yet we love all the content they create.
Well, and yet, like with AI, will we appreciate that more? Right? We're because actually, so. Like the middle layer of creativity that could be an AI bot. I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and someone said, "Never now send an email that could have been sent by AI." They're like, "You're better than that. You should be able to send a better email than AI. And if AI can write an email, then why are you sending the email? It's just pointless." And I was really like, "Wow, that's actually pretty profound." That AI couldn't write Hamilton as an example. It couldn't write Rent. And so, are we going to appreciate those, super creative, spark of genius things more?
Yeah,
if everything
maybe.
else is sort of so much more middling.
Yeah.
I think it would be really, interesting
I think you're probably right. So maybe this is what happens. They come to the forefront, and then they start charging lots of money for their expertise and their diverse thought processes and creative minds.
I think then they're still never going to make any money.
Yeah, okay. Excellent. We're still safe. Excellent.
It's not about the money.
You're all good.
It's not about the money, apparently. It's not about the money. It's just about
it looked like that when the electricity went off. It definitely looked like that. Yeah.
Well, but that's the thing, isn't it? Like, I mean, that's also the overarching thing, right? Of he's created Rent. He never made any money from it. Obviously, he didn't know that it went on to be.
Yeah.
But like, it's not about. It wouldn't have been about the money anyway, right? He wanted to make something great, and
he wanted the fame.
And like, obviously, like it's super sad. Like, it's just devastatingly sad that he didn't get to know that. But like,
so they don't cover that in the film, right?
Even so. Yeah, he's even so that like it wasn't about the money. He wasn't like, oh, I need to write a great play, musical, so that I can be rich.
He wants to write for people to know that he's great.
Yeah, and we're talking about him, like I don't know, 15 years after his death, rather than talking about some investment banker, right? So,
yeah. And so, well, yeah, exactly. I mean, if you want to know my 5 top investment bankers, just let me know.
I'm going to skip season 5. You can do that on your own.
Leo in Wolf of Wall Street is definitely the top one. It's got to be. So he pretty much died after he finished Rent, right? That was.
Yeah. So he died of like literally I think a couple of weeks before Rent was first performed.
That's crazy.
Like,
isn't
just
it?
as a.
It's interesting they don't bring that up in the film at all. Like, not even at the end to sort of like a written piece across to say this was dedicated to whatever.
No, they do. At the start, I think they say like that he died.
No, they do at the end.
Or maybe it's at the end. Yeah, they say like he died 2 weeks before of a heart aneurysm, I think, or something. They do. Yeah, they do say it.
Oh, well, that makes more sense. I must have missed that bit. I was obviously just
falling asleep by then.
2 times, so it was a bit too fast.
Yeah, that bit didn't come up.
They said it really quickly. But I do think like that is, I mean, again, because of the theme of the entire thing is like, how long do you have left? Like, and the fact that you never know how long you've got left. And I do think that can be bleak, or it can actually be a bit of a call to arms, and like you've got to live your best life now and today. And I think that's and again, I think that kind of goes back to the whole, do you live in fear or do you live in love? And that's you don't know how long you've got left, so shouldn't you sort of live?
You're becoming a little boho again, and I think you're moving away from the money. What's happened to you?
Yeah, but that's that's why we've turned down all the sponsors for the podcast. We're not into it. But I think that is I think the overarching like really powerful thing with this film and with the concept, because it is about, he's written an autobiographical musical about the fact that he feels like he's running out of time, and his friends are quite literally running out of time, and then he runs out of time, and like as a story of his life is just weirdly like really just all comes together, and I think that's like you wouldn't have imagined that. So
there's Andrew Garfield at his best. What can you say? Apart from all the other films he's in, but let's not worry about that.
So favorite lines?
Yeah, Freddie, you said you had some good ones.
So before I get into my favorite funny ones, the sappy one I liked was at the start, where I think it's his friend says, "What's the point of money if you're not gonna spend it on people you love?" I like spending money on people I love, so I was like, that's quite.
I thought that was going to be a little nod to Andy then. You should definitely spend money on the people you love. Yeah. Freddie needs a new headset. Well, come on, Andy. What are you up to here?
Well, I've written, but I can't remember, so I'm not going to read out because I can't actually remember the scene that's from, so I'm not going to do it justice.
Just sing it.
Like when I don't think it's a singer. I think it's like literally
I like it when there's the two big stage names, and obviously the Stephen, whatever his name is, he's obviously the one that is really critical, but the other guy is just like, well, I was going to say the exact same thing. Yeah. And originally I was like, oh, I wonder if that could be my line for the pod, but I was like, no, neither of them ever. I've never heard any of them say that. They're always, everyone's always disagreeing, but I did quite like I was going to say that same thing, which is just a complete turn on its head of what he said.
Yeah. That was good. That was a good
I like
scene.
it when the lady puts her hand up and goes, is this supposed to be aliens? That was quite funny.
Just when she says, could you explain it? And he's like, which part? And she's like,
all of it.
The play. And he's like,
there was a bit, again, I can't remember when they said this, but he goes, you're right. And he goes, I know. And I was like, bit of Han Solo.
About needing the synth and the more musicians.
And then,
stuff.
the brainstorming session where he's just like, this could be the rest of my life. And then a bit later, he's like, this could be. And then also when the lady's like, free oil, and the other one's like, oil free. It's what a great idea. You really come up with a genius one there. And I didn't actually write it down, but whatever his last one is that gets him kicked out, making me laugh. It's like
Chubstitute.
Yeah. I laughed. And I said to him, I was like, he's cracked that. He should be getting the job. Should be kicked out. That's hilarious.
What about you, Andy? Do you have any good ones?
Yeah, I do love the whole Scott's in finance piece. Just where he's like, he's just like looking like, why have you brought him to the apartment? And he's like, oh yeah, he bumped into me downstairs and he really wanted to come. And just so much subtext to it. I like it when they're on the roof and he says, oh, that's really pretty. And she's like, that's the prison barge. I thought that was quite funny. And then I thought it was funny when he says, the director says, you don't need a band with 12 audience members. You'll outnumber them. I thought that was, if there's only 12 people coming, don't outnumber them. So, I thought that was good. And then obviously, like, are you letting yourself be ruled by fear or by love? I think is the tagline.
Yeah, nice.
Any others for you? Are you gonna sing a medley for us?
Yeah, there was a couple. There was one where he's finally gonna make the play, and he's like, "Oh, excellent! I'm no longer, just someone who works in a coffee shop. I'm now a waiter with a hobby." I thought that was quite good. The ego coming out at some point saying that I'm the future of musical theatre was I thought that was quite nice. And then the bit when he's aged is talking to him just before they're about to, I think it's just before they're about to start the read through the play, and he's like, and she's like, it's just so brave of you. Like with other things, you don't really know what's going on until it happened. He said, with a musical, you find out you're already dead immediately. I was like, that's
like you're naked in Times Square, and then you find out that you're dead.
Yeah, it was like that was brutal. But I guess it is, right? Because it's like if no one's enjoying it, no one claps. Like it's very visceral, right? You would know immediately,
instant,
which would be pretty. And that's not obviously it's not that you're upset they don't like it. The whole point is you're trying to create something that people would like. That's what you're doing. That you want them to like it. So the fact they don't would just be like, painful. Yeah.
And and again, like that's the theatre experience, isn't it? Like and I've never done any theatre, but like the buzz of like performing and then having the crowd, like give you a standing ovation or be like, you can just see the happiness that you've created must be such a buzz. I mean, going back to the Prestige as well, right? That's what they talk about it a lot there, about taking the applause under the stage, and like I think that is why sort of the live stuff is really good.
I'm surprised. I would have thought you'd been in the nativity plays, when you were younger. I had you down as like ass number 2. I thought you would have been
the second half of the donkey. Yeah,
taking your bow.
Never did any. Yeah.
No. Well,
any
things to do before you're 50.
For the... If we can just get through this pod, maybe I'll have some time. There's no time. There's no time.
We're dedicated to our fans.
Any lines for the pod?
Yeah, Freddie, did you have one?
I had. There was a bit where where obviously he's just nothing's happened from the thing, and his girlfriend shows up at the bar, and she's like, "What's next?" And he goes, "No, sorry." She says whatever she says, and he goes, "Just questions." And I was like, that just sums up every film I watch.
Just questions.
For Patreon subscribers, we have after the pod, I explain the film to Freddie and why I like it.
And then I also had the bit which you said earlier. I was like, where the girl goes, "What's it actually about?" I was like, I feel like that probably might come up a couple of times for you.
Yeah.
And then my last one I had was just on to the next one. So like that, just like, yeah, on to the next one. That's what Kev does every time. Maybe we'll get a good one next.
Exactly. Yeah, on to the next one. Eventually, there's going to be 100 great ones, so I can't wait.
Nice. What did you have, Kev?
Well, I felt like this was more coming from you, Andy. This was you just keep throwing them against the wall, hoping against hope that eventually something sticks. And I think some have stuck. So we got there.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, yeah. To be fair, I had friends are getting fatter. So.
It's just a wide lens.
But maybe more appropriately, this is the life.
This is the life.
This is the life.
It's the dream.
Cool. Well, no reviews because this is a
wow.
Netflix film. So actually, there's
Amazon
no
banned
reviews.
them. Wow.
Well, it's just
Huge.
Netflix. So there's no DVD unless you're particular about these things and you buy on eBay a DVD of this film like I've done. But so no 3-star reviews. So straight into the double feature. What did you? I'd be interested with this. Like after a musical, did you double up or what did you go for?
I went with Chasm 2. I'm watching The Amazing Spider-Man after that. I was like, I've watched him sing and mope about. I want to watch him swing and mope about.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I think that would work well. Double Garfield. And then that'd be twice the amount of films you've seen him in, Andy, in one go.
Which one would you do first? Is it he gives up on his theatre career and becomes a photographer in Spider-Man, or is
that one? Go to the second where he's a valedictorian and Gwen's just because that's more fun.
He's just starting. He's starting to write his musical.
His musical career is about to start. Yeah, I went the opposite direction. I went for Singing in the Rain. So double musical fun, but a bit more uplifting than this one.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy?
Nice double musical. I went for Whiplash.
Blimey. Wow. Before or after?
That's the thing. These aren't supposed to. Don't be on theme. Just have two completely different movies to be like, okay, yeah. So I think after a bit of Whiplash, you'd watch this and you'd be like, this is the most uplifting film I've ever seen. So,
yeah, I mean, that film is intense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Kev, what did you go for the algorithm?
Well, yeah,
I imagine that they're going to be very very similar.
Yeah, I mean, basically it's all the biopics, isn't it? That are also like, or like musicals.
Malcolm
so La La
X
Land, obviously, yeah. I did go for Star Is Born. I did go for Rocket Man because I thought that was a bit more like a solo one, like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's sort of like my key ones. There is a TV show, but I don't want to add it in. But there is a TV show that's basically very similar to this.
Because you'd get High School Musical.
It's called Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, which I thought if the bits that you liked, Andy, were the spontaneous musicals, you would love that. But as that's the bit that you don't like, you should not watch it because that is all that happens.
I'm still going through the third season of Glee. So
oh, okay, wading through it. What did the algo have then?
Yeah, so La La Land, Rent, which is obviously a bit on the nose. Rocketman, Hamilton. It did say Greatest Showman as well, which I think actually Greatest Showman is probably most similar in vibe as well, because thematically
that's like
it's
super uplifting, that film.
Is it?
Yeah.
And it's another superhero main character.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I have. But it's all about his obsession nearly destroying everything, right? He's very focused.
Yeah.
It's all about him. It's all about his I thought thematically Greatest Showman is probably the most on point.
This brings me back to, based on the number you just said, you just keep throwing them against a wall, hoping against hope that eventually something sticks. I mean, I could have said 12 films as well, but you know.
I always ask for 5,
okay.
and this time it actually gave me 5 films and wasn't funny. Wow. I think I've told it off, and now it's it's toned down some of its
humor down to
50%. So I didn't. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give it to the algo just because I think Greatest Showman is actually a really good one. They're all very obvious. That's kind of thing. That's the problem. But Greatest Showman, I think, is good. So there we go.
Well,
you're still comfortably ahead.
Well, yeah, exactly, and that's how it should be.
New category then for the top 6. We've got a guest for each of the 6, and we thought we'd do you to put forward an argument for why this should be my favorite film of all time when we do the list after the 6. Not putting any pressure on, obviously, but yeah, do you have, what's your argument that this should be top of the list?
Well, obviously without having, because we don't know what the other films are, so I can't actually tell you why I can't negatively review those, which would be easier for me.
Love, not fear.
Look at that.
Love, not fear.
I thought this one, it's got some catchy songs, so you get brought lifted up. As we've discussed, you obviously really love Andrew Garfield.
Yep.
In his one film.
He's so good. You only need to see him once.
Yeah. I also thought there was just that realistic element, and obviously there's relatability in it. And I thought that I think that when you can relate with something and it's telling a real story, I haven't watched Rent, but if you have, then maybe that will sway you as well. It's like your origin story for Rent, I guess, instead of your origin story for Spider-Man. So I thought, from my argument, it was about that realism of it and the statement of life and time and how little time you have, and anything could happen. Nice. So I think that's a hard hitter compared to potentially some rubbish.
Yeah, I mean.
So no. Let's face it. I think my favourite films, none of them are going to be hard hitting.
Yeah.
So. Okay, nice. Well, we've got okay. Well, we'll consider that in our arguments.
It's great. I can't wait. I hope
when we watch them all again.
I need to be there for witness.
All 6 guests watch all films with us in a marathon. That'll be enjoyable.
It'll be like the Oscars. We'll send discs out, and everyone has to watch all 6.
Yeah, nice.
Where is it on your list, Kev? It feels like it was sort of a middling film. You enjoyed some of it, but then didn't enjoy the end of it.
Yeah, I think I'm sure we mentioned this around the Fifth Element rule. I think if the first half for me had been the second half, I probably would have pushed it up higher because I'd have finished. But I think I really enjoyed the first bit, and then I was like, felt like it lost its way a bit, and then it felt self-indulgent, and I was just like, ugh.
When was it? Like, when did you feel like it started? Like after the performance?
About 20 minutes in, probably about that. It's like
was there like a song or what happened that you then thought that was good?
There was a point where I was like engaged in the film and I was like really enjoying it, and then there was a point where I just suddenly like thought, I'm just like, not engaged anymore. Like, it just slowly pulled me away. I think the bit when they're just like, we need the middle song, I was like, yeah, we've got a middle song, right, okay, cool. And then like it's like going through all the other bits and pieces, you know, like him and the girlfriend, and you know it's not working, but it just felt a bit light for me. And then they were like, oh, and also, by the way, we needed that extra song in the middle. Okay, good, that bit again. Let's keep rubbing that. So I just think, yeah, that bit is where it kind of lost me, and then the end, I think, wasn't enough to pick me back up. So yeah, so I put it in the okay section, 58, just below Sneakers and above Bugsy Malone. So yeah.
Oh, that would be a great double feature. We should have said Bugsy Malone.
Bugsy Malone, yeah. Bugsy Malone would have done, yeah.
Okay.
So there we go.
Well, that's yeah, you know, respectable. It's so far. I feel like so far like the top 10 has been lower than everything else on average. But yeah, we'll go from there. Freddie, last time on for season 1. So you have 8 films. Take us through your order from bottom to top for all 8 films that you've joined us for.
So at number 8, I have Good Morning Vietnam.
Shocker! Yeah. Absolutely shocked. Yeah.
I had to think it through which between this and number 7, which I disliked the least. This got less laughs out of me.
Yeah.
And then so following that at number 7 is Life of Brian.
Yeah,
they were competing for that bottom spot.
I remember you liking Life of Brian quite a lot back in.
Yeah, but not
back
like
when we did it.
Not like the rest of them.
That was relative. Yeah, to everything else.
Yeah. It had funny parts, which is why it beat Good Morning Vietnam, because I thought that was just cringy. Then at number 6, I've got the first Lord of the Rings, so Fellowship.
Wow.
That was just the thing is, when I was writing this, I was like, if it was based on how much I'd rewatched them, I think all the Lord of the Rings would be at the bottom due to length of time.
Yeah.
But really, I should rank them on my actual feelings. So yeah, that's 6. And then number 5 is actually Twin Towers, so the second Lord of the Rings.
Nice. Two towers.
Two towers.
Yeah. Something else.
That's very else. At number 4 is Good Will Hunting, which I really liked. But yeah, 3 is Dead Poets.
There we go.
Then I put this at 2. I thought this was
wow, huge,
because I refused to give it the number 1 spot, because I refused to give that to Andy.
Yeah, wise.
And then so number 1 went to Return of the King.
Return of the King. Nice. Oh, that's good. Nice. Because this isn't a film you would have watched, right?
No, I don't. Yeah, the only reason I would have watched it is generally because of Andrew Garfield. I wouldn't typically pick this up, which is what I said to Dad. I said, "Why have you watched this? This is not your type of film."
Yeah, probably also because of me.
Yeah, so. All past me back to Andy.
Yeah, it's not going to be as high on your dad's list, I know. Okay, well, no, that's good. That's good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming down to the shop.
Thank you for having me.
8 times.
Kind.
Yeah.
Keeping on coming back.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see where it is on the list eventually. We don't have a quote for next week because we're still rolling the dice and seeing what happens. So yeah, there we go. We're in the top 6. We keep going on. The clock is ticking for season 1.
Nice.
Thanks to Tom Miller for the theme song, and we'll see you next week.